So you made a recent public statement and you put it very nicely, if I may say so. You said the whole corrosive discourse, that's the word you used. Given the environment that we are in, of the corrosive discourse, you said no economy can grow more than 4.5% to 5%. And that's pretty much where we seem to have landed up. You are saying that X institution or an X individual led to it, but the fact of the matter is, at the same time, you've said in another statement that the Indian economy's fundamentals are completely sound, if I may quote you right. It doesn't add up, isn't it? Because somewhere, investors at least, don't seem to believe that. They seem to believe that India, whether you look at the rupee, whether you look at the markets, whether you look at the mood in India Inc., whether you look at the growth numbers, they don't give you the feeling that everything is all right.
Well, let me desegregate it and try and explain it by putting it into a context. The fundamentals of the Indian economy continue to remain sound. And that's why from a high of 68, you have the rupee back at 61. And hopefully, it will roll back further to what its true value is. The markets are still clocking, between 18,500 or 20,000 on the Sensex, which is no mean achievement at all. Insofar as the loss of confidence is concerned, the reason for that loss of confidence is the corrosive debate which I was pointing out to. And the debate is not corrosive because there are certain vested interests or there are certain individuals who want to drive it in that manner. It has something to do with the fundamentals of the media industry. You see, we've gone from one television channel to 798 at the last count. It was actually 852 till the time I did some statutory rationalization and brought the figure down to 798. But be that as it may, 798, and out of that 415 news channels, and news occupying only 7% of the entire television universe, measured by a completely flawed measurement model, which ensures that it's a dog-eat-dog market. That is what makes the debate corrosive. So therefore, the structural issues in the media industry is something which successive governments over the last 2 decades have not looked at. And therefore, we are looking very seriously at the TRAI recommendations on the entire TAM paradigm. So there is a difference between a critical discourse and a corrosive discourse. What we are having at this point in time is a critical discourse. You ask a question, I answer it to the best of my ability. But what we see across the media space in prime time is actually a harangue of people trying to compete for eyeballs, because eyeballs means advertising revenue measured by a very, very faulty structure, which is called TAM, or the television audience measurement mechanism. So that is why and that is the reason why there's been a loss of confidence. In fact, you're absolutely correct. If you juxtapose the fundamentals of the Indian economy, with the loss of investor confidence, or at least, domestic investors holding back or going overseas, there should be no reason. The reason is because of the perception. And the perception is because of 2 fundamental reasons. One, as I said, an individual, who's caused immense harm to the institution that he headed and to India's growth story. And second, the structural issues in the media industry.